We have news that we knew was true, but it has now been confirmed according to studies as TikTok and Instagram content actually, quote unquote, rots your brain. So all you who are scrolling through all them shorts and shit, look at Phoenix hopping up and down over there. Short form video has reshaped how people consume content online. We know this. And a new report from the American Psychological Association now directs. Listen, I need to stop watching shorts. Now directly connects that notable format with notable declines in mental health. The study draws on data from 98,299 participants across 71 separate papers to examine how TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and similar platforms affect viewers across different age groups. And it previously looked at TikTok here. The study finds TikTok and Instagram, quote, rots your brain here. It says short form video consumption is linked to diminished cognitive function, particularly attention control and inhibitory control. So it's pretty much exactly what everybody knew. Everybody knew
this is like common sense. You never let your brain time to digest anything. So you're never actually taking in something, absorbing it, thinking about it, processing, and then having a thought about it or whatever. You just go to the next thing. It's like you just keep eating snacks and you're never like ever doing anything to burn off those calories. You just keep consuming.
We have a TikTok that we launched about a month
Did
ago.
I say it's bad for you? I loved it.
No, did I mention how I kept saying no to this? And I was always saying no.
Blabs, look, and I've had this conversation with Sam. There is a massive amount of people on TikTok. There's a massive amount of people on Instagram. They may not be aware.
Instagram over TikTok.
Well, it's all rot.
Yes,
it's all the same shit.
I find it a little bit better, Rob, because at least you can post photos and then you can actually put a caption and describe stuff.
It's better, right? Come on, Blabs. It's all bullshit, right? We all know that.
I think one thing they can both be bad, but I think one can be a little bit better than the other.
The lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, regardless,
two things can be true at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? We're talking Instagram versus TikTok.
Yeah, I think Instagram
is infinitely better for you than TikTok. TikTok is filled with agenda. It's filled with
Craig,
propaganda.
how the roles feel.
Algorithms that are like targeting shit. Like it's bad.
Blabs, not everything needs to be a fight. You're like my 11-year-old, where all she wants
to do is every time I say one thing to you, you're like, oh no. Then the rest of the panel says, and you're like, let me think about it.
Blabs, I'm literally reading an article about a study that says TikTok and Instagram
they're both
your brain. Yes, they're both shit. Either way, I'm just pointing out we do have
which
both
one
of
is the stinkier shit?
Yes.
TikTok.
Good question.
The point is that we do have both of these. We have an Instagram and a TikTok.
Which one shits on the rice? That's what I want to know.
They both shit on the rice. But people use these platforms, and we need to be on these platforms. It's a necessary evil, unfortunately, because content is truly everywhere, right? And we have to be everywhere in this new world of content. But we have been uploading more and more shorts to our YouTube channel, and I mean, I get it, right? I use our shorts as like little quips and funny jokes from the show. And, they're not meant to be, in-depth conversation about why Cult Games had the Great Rebellion removed from the Switch or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I totally get it. And, in other news, water is wet.
But I don't necessarily, I don't think I would necessarily blame creators for making content, right? In the same way, I wouldn't blame people for making snack food. The problem is that when you keep consuming nothing but snacks, if you can recognize you have a little bit of an issue with your time just staring at Instagram or TikTok for hours on end, maybe just consider 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time, or whatever.
But notice that article didn't mention YouTube.
No, it did.
It did mention YouTube Shorts.
Well, yeah. But there's a big difference with YouTube and Instagram and TikTok in that when you go on YouTube and you've got the home page open, you can see a deluge of shorts taking up space. It should be fucking long form fucking content, people. But you have the ability to actually select something. Whereas when you're scrolling through Instagram or scrolling through Twitter, it's being fed to you. Your choice is basically completely limited. It all depends on how quickly you're swiping something away or whether you're leaving the platform. So it's doing a lot of the brain work for you and then just feeding you dopamine hit after dopamine hit after dopamine hit. And I can see how that is really, really damaging, because at least with long form content, you've got to sit there, you've got to process titles and process the thumbnails and then make a selection and then potentially dedicate X amount of time to that. Whereas that all of that choice being taken away from you, this is the sort of content that is just going to create a load of dribblers in future years.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing to think about is where are these kids? I know for a fact that there are so many kids have such a hard time with their attention span already, and then when you it's like you layer on their diet, you layer on this it's a mess. And people say, I fear for our future. I legitimately fear for 10, 15 years from now, when we have these kids who are being overwhelmed by this literal slop, and to see, how quickly they'll be just conditioned to consume, and that's kind of where we're going. So your dad said you should hit the subscribe button. Don't disappoint dad.